Hello everyone, Smart Flopsy Shep once again, and welcome back to Lemmings Migration. First of all, apologies, it's been so long since I've uploaded a video for this. Well, usually when the levels start getting progressively harder, I feel like it's more beneficial for me to solve the levels off screen and then review them afterwards. I'm sorry if you don't agree with that format. I know some people prefer me to solve on screen, but then it will just be hours and hours of me looking at screen going, be like a colourful Artie video. I'm kidding, Artie, sorry. Anyway, so last time we checked I was at Headache 9, which is the Mountain Tribe. I've now solved every single level in the pack, including the entire Migraine rank, I'll go through the last 2 levels of Headache, and then I will go on to the Migraine rank. And Nessie's also swapped out one of the levels in the Migraine rank, so I will be doing that additional level also. So, Headache 9 was the Mountain Tribe, and this is actually my second attempt to record in this video, because when I went over to the new format of Lemmings, it turns out that I'm in the right folder here. Yes, I am. Okay, so anyway, when I went into the new format, some of the levels broke. I will be going over those levels. I don't understand why they broke. Turn the volume down a bit. So yeah, this has involved making a digger tunnel and bashing backwards, because all the lemmings, the rest of the lemmings actually don't end up going up this slope, which was what I was thinking would happen, but they actually end up bashing to the right here and going over to this builder bridge. It was so long ago, I don't really remember what's going on with these levels. This one was incredibly difficult, I thought. This one I reckon could probably go up to the Migraine rank, Nessie, to be honest, and I could probably tell you which Migraine ranks Migraine levels I found easier and probably could move down, but don't take my word for it. Anyway, I built, and then I can't remember what I used, so I think I must have dug through that by the looks of it. No, it's a basher. That's a basher mask, that is. And this lemming that built over became a blocker, and this lemming's then going to dig and build, and while that's going on, these lemmings are going to bash. And I don't know why I struggled with that level, to be honest. I think the hardest part was setting it up such that the crowd could be released. But yeah, I'd probably say this is one of my favourite levels in the pack, Nessie, purely because of how much it stumped me. This is one of my favourite stumper level. So yeah, good level there. So, like I said, probably could be a Migraine level. Not sure. I'll leave that up to Nessie ultimately. So Headache 10 was Nosebleed. This one, to be fair, was much easier than Headache 9, I thought. It was a bit difficult, but I thought that because it used a trick that I used in one of my Seblems levels, it was easier for me to work out. So yeah, let me just magnify what happened there. I sent 3 lemmings down because we've only got 2 floaters. The one that blew up didn't need to have a floater. So yeah, so then these lemmings walk over here. It's 2 blocker method on this level. Quite racy levels that do that nowadays. That lemming was made to climb when he turned around. That's why he didn't climb up the wall, and it looked like he climbed out to the left. So this lemming's then going to climb up and build a bridge outwards. That lemming's going to do what happened to the Lemming Entry Watson level on Tricky in the original Lemmings. So yeah, not too bad level. You have to get the splat height. You have to keep the splat height under control though. but Nessie made it rather easy to do so, because I'm quite comfortably falling within the ruler on both sides of this builder bridge. So it's all good. So again, another nice level there. Probably not as hard as the previous level, but it is a bit hard for Flopsy-ish because of the 87 release rate. But other than that, not too bad. So we're going to go on to the Migraine rank now. So Migraine 1 stumped me quite a lot, and I did have to end up asking Nessie for a hint eventually. But I'll tell you which bit stumped me on this level. I did think about putting the Lemmings down here, and mining backwards from here, which is kind of right, but I was going about it the wrong way, and I was trying to send the Lemmings along here, this top bit here, but that didn't work out so well. And because of all the steel here, it was really impeding my progress. So I did have to end up asking Nessie for advice on this level. Now I increased the release rate immediately after the first Lemming, because well, there wasn't really a reason for that, to be honest. Not a major reason. Now this Lemming was like sticking half out, sticking half in, so the Lemmings would fall into this hole here and he carried on bashing. He'd be able to bash from where he is. And then I'm making builds actually for it turns around, because this guy's going to mine backwards, while this worker Lemming is sent up at just the right time so that he can come over and do the rest of the level. And he bashes, and then digs. So there we go, the hazard's been mitigated now. The big hazard was this drop at the end here. And popular method in original Lemmings here, digging and building. I'm a fan of that, Nessie. I like how you use a trick that's, you know, been used in the original Lemmings games, and you're not afraid to reuse those tricks. So yeah, this was a hard level, even though it used pretty basic tricks, I thought. But yeah, I'd say that's okay where it is. It's good as a starter to the Migraine rank. Okay, Migraine 2, the Abandoned Sanctuary. This is probably one of the most memorable levels from the pack, because this one's been made into a Licks level recently, and that's been rather popular. Makes a very good Licks level, actually, to be fair. It did need tweaking around the sides, but the main idea with the trapdoor and the exit and the one-way arrows were still there. And you can't have one-way arrows in Licks anyway. But Nessie still managed to put arrows in, which was pretty impressive. So anyway, this was one of the levels that broke in the transition to the new format, so I had to end up re-recording this replay. So I have to block these Lemmings off to stop them from getting into this bit, and then this guy builds, and then this Lemming can be blown up once the builder bridge is completed. A bit of a strange thing to do there, of having the blocker there while the bridge is built, but you know, I don't expect that normally. I expect better use from blockers, basically. But then again, I'm a bit of a blocker traditionalist myself. I mean, a lot of my solutions in Seblems use blockers in weird and natural ways. So the idea behind this digger and basher was we had to delay this Lemming just enough such that the bridge can be completed. Now I did originally try sending a climber at such a point such that the builder could be done. I'll pause it a moment. I did try sending 2 climbers up, but there was just not enough space here such that the climber could complete before this Lemming fell back down, and because of the fact that there's a massive gap here, the bridge has to be placed on the edge of the platform such that climbers can't get up. So I then arrived at this digger and basher delay tactic, and it turned out to be what I needed to solve the level. So again, bomber not used on the floater Lemming, and the other Lemming gets a floater and comes back up. This is a kind of similar trick used which one was it? Migraine 10? Sorry, Headache 10, I think. Yeah, Headache 10. And as you can see, this is literally just not splat height by 2 pixels. And I am not doubting that is the intended solution, because it uses every skill and it saves the right amount of lemmings and it uses all the skills. I think I probably already said that. Okay, momentum deferred, migraine free. Okay, so I originally backrouted this level, but the back route was not valid in the new format when it came over to the new format, so I had to end up having another look at this level and solving it the intended way. And I believe, well, I'll show you my original replay first and show you what I was originally doing and then why it didn't work. So I mined down here, which I think is used in the intended solution as well. And then I got a lemming to build up to this bit here. But I think he was supposed to climb and I think this is where the solution broke, because he bashed into steel, so that steel block wasn't originally there. So anyway, let's go on to my intended solution now. Same thing, as you can see. But I think we climb and bash through this wall up here, which I don't really see why Nessie had to enforce that. Maybe because I think the climber was used elsewhere in the levels as well. So, climb and bash, like I said. I think this is splat height, or not. I think it is splat height actually. Yes, it is splat height. So we don't bash the wall yet, because we don't want these lemmings walking around in this dangerous area. So we build twice to get up to this bit. So I'm starting to wonder that, oh yeah, I think this bit is used actually. So we climb up here, then we bash backwards, and then we free the lemmings. So I'm led to believe this is intended, because I was using the terrain as intended. And that block is there to stop this lemming climbing back up and going over there, which would be a bit chaotic. So I'll make the last lemming in the crowd climb. And he bashes through the wall. And then I build just to patch this gap here, because this lemming needs to turn around and come back to the left. Because he needs to mine. Which he does. The rest of it's trivial. Just use other miner to mine through the bridge. So I'm led to believe that's intended, because it did use every part of the level pretty much, apart from this bit down to the left here, which is a bit weird. So Migraine 4, 6 days without an accident. Oh yeah, with regards to Migraine 3, Nessie, I'd say that's probably a good candidate to move down to the headache rank, but that's up to you. 6 days without an accident. Now, this was one of the last levels I solved in the Migraine rank. I think it was third last level I solved, because I did the Migraine rank in like whatever solved was, I got solved. So my difficulty with this level was containing the lemmings, because they either went left here and floated down, or they climbed over this bit here. But the thing is, the climbers just keep on going off the edge here. Love the level. I liked the level name of this level as well, 6 days without an accident, because this level looks very accident prone. It looks like lemmings can get hurt on this level. So anyway, he put this here. He put this around the exit here to stop you building over it, which was a bit annoying. But I was just going around about this level completely the wrong way, and Nessie had to give me quite a few hints on this level. So I make the first lemming climb, and the third lemming climb, and so basically everything except the second lemming is a climber at the moment. And then there's one more floater somewhere in there. Or not. So okay, this is where the clincher is. I had to make these lemmings build in such a way such that all these lemmings would get cooped up in here. I think one lemming gets out of this bit, but yeah, but that had to be so precise, that did, because literally all the lemmings had to fall in here except for one. And as soon as this lemming finishes building, I have to give this lemming a climber, and he can come up this way now. So these lemmings are trapped now, so they're not going to be able to get freed unless someone bashes this bridge on this side here. So climb this wall and bash. This lemming's going to turn around and he's going to mine. These lemmings should both be floaters as well. I think he's a floater. Yes, he is. Okay, so he mines in such a way that he's able to bash through this wall and free the lemmings. And that's really all there is to this level, which I was surprised at. It's a very easy one to get this bit set up. This is hands down the hardest part of this level, just getting these bridges the way they were and making sure one lemming got away from that. Out of the 9 that weren't the worker lemming. So yeah, very, very hard level there. I think it should be moved up in the Migraine rank, to be fair, because I think a lot of the other levels were easier than that one. Okay, we're coming home. Migraine 5. This was another level that broke in the new format as well, so I had to redo this one. But I think the solution I did. I think I hit the wrong replay there. I'll show you my original solution first anyway and see how it started. So I built, and then last lemming to fall off the build bridge before it's sealed was the basher, and he built 2 bridges, and then I think he comes back and, well, that's just wrong. Yeah, I think the replay just broke right there and then, so not really much to show there. So this is what really should have happened. Same thing again. Bashing and building. And then building backwards. And then, this is quite smart, this is, because you dig through this such that you can get another climber lemming up. Because you couldn't really take the climber lemming with you, the second climber lemming with you originally, because he would have fell in the water. Unless you wanted to give loads and loads of builders out, which we don't really have the luxury to do so. So we haven't assigned the second climber yet, but it can come at any time now. So we bash through the wall, then we dig, and then we build at the end. The second lemming's going to dig. This lemming's going to dig and then mine. Now I think it's a way. I don't know whether this is possible or not, but I think there's a way to set this up. Actually, I don't think it would be possible actually, because this lemming will just walk across here, come back, and it'll splat. So not really an option. So this lemming has to die, I think. And then when he dies, we send our second worker lemming over. You can see where this is heading now. So we dig. And then we build, but we have to make the builder turn around at the end of this job here, and then he needs to mine backwards, and then the last bash is to free the crowd. So I'll shut up now. I think that climber lemming was safe as well, because climber lemmings have a slightly higher tolerance to splat height because their picks always like lower down on them as well. So yeah, I ended up saying 49 there. I think the climber lemming was meant to die. It could have died,